Hello viewers from Beyond, I'm your host and player Annie and welcome back to my domain. So today I will be unbraiding my hair and I thought we could like chit chat about hair and my relationship with my hair and how it is right now and how it has been like my previous year. And yeah, I just came back from an interview at a jewelry store. I can't even say the word, which is quite funny if you want if I'm going to actually be working there. But I just finished like the interview and I just came back home and I am disgusted. I hate myself because like while I was being interviewed, like she asked me because I was wearing like this necklace and my earrings, and she was like, "Oh, could you try and sell the necklace and the earrings for to me?" And I went blank. I couldn't remember anything, and I was like, "Oh goodness." But you can't. I feel like whenever I'm in an interview, I can't really take my time and think about it because I feel like, oh, you should know. If you want to be a salesperson, it should be like second nature to you for you. But it's not. I do love talking to people and trying to sell them stuff, but I don't think it's really my forte, my strength. So I was stuttering through everything, I almost threw up in my mouth. I was so anxious. But anyways, it's finished and what's done is done, and I also I don't even want to think about it or remember it. And if they take me, good. If they don't take me, it's whatever. Jobs come and go, and that's all that matters. Like, I'm just thankful that they at least called me for an interview, because most of the time, like, I don't know why people don't call you for an interview. They just send you an email. You barely like applied yesterday, and tomorrow you have an email saying that you weren't like considered for the job, and I'm like, oh, whatever. But anyways, so also this is our living room, which is quite weird because I do have like this camping chair, but we don't have a couch in our living room because yeah, we don't. There's really not an excuse because we just didn't find anything that fit our taste, and if it fits our taste, is quite expensive, and since we're students, we really don't have the money to be buying like a $700 couch, and I think it's quite fine. They're kind of, yeah, uncomfortable because I don't know if you see, because when you sit, it feels like almost you have to round your back so you can fit in the chair, so I don't really like it, and I can't really stay like this. I just, because most of the time if you want to relax, you really don't want to keep your posture straight. But enough talking about it. Oh, I forgot to bring my stuff. I'll be right back. So I will be using like three various like combs. The Tangle Teaser, I hate this thing because it's so flimsy, and as you can tell, like it's already falling apart. And this white comb and like a small comb, so I can be like able to brush out the knots if there are. And of course scissors. I did have like the bigger scissors, but I can't find them. So we'll be using this small one. Hopefully it will work just as well. So, like I said, I will be talking about my hair and my relationship with my hair. So if you can tell, I have 4C hair and I love my 4C hair, but of course, growing up, it wasn't something that I really liked about myself. It was hard to manage because I didn't really know what kind of product I should be using, and my mom didn't really know either. So I always had like I always didn't know what I should. I still don't know what I should use in order to hydrate it, or to make it more manageable, so I can be able to comb it and style it throughout the days. But it's gotten easier, and since for me, like growing up in Burundi, like at school, primary school, we were expected that all of us would be bald. If not bald, it would be like a close shave. So we only had like a buzz cut, even more smaller than a buzz cut. I didn't like it, of course, because I was a girl, and as you know, every girl wants to have like that big big hair, and so they will be able to flop it and whatever. But it wasn't something that I could do while going at school. But like for my because we had like our holidays, we had our summer vacation, I did get to grow out my hair and be able to braid it, so I had a more like longer hair. But once the semester started, I had to shave it off. But it's life, and it was expected of everybody, so I didn't really feel that bad about it. But the issue came when I had to go up, like in high school. As I started high school, I went to a boarding school out of the city, and it was like maybe 3 to 2 hours away from my home. It was really something I liked. As you might think that it was like a hard time for me, but I wasn't always that. How can I say it? I wasn't really. I did like my parents, and I really loved them to death. But I don't have an issue with being away from home. I do like well, I don't really like being away from home, but I don't mind it either. I don't know if you understand. It's not something that's really it's going to make me like homesick or anything. But as I started high school, I got sick, and it wasn't anything like coughing or anything like internal. Maybe it was internal, since I was losing my hair, and I went like I couldn't grow out my hair, and everybody else could grow out their hair to a certain extent. But for me, even if I wanted to, I couldn't grow out my hair because I had the sickness. Maybe I had like, what do they call it? Alopecia. I think probably I had beginning of alopecia or something, or I had eaten like something bad, or it was because of the climate. I don't really know, because I only lost my hair while I was there in the boarding school, back in my home country. So I didn't have any hair like here, and I didn't have like any hair here on the back, and like some spots over here. And it wasn't like, oh, I was losing hair and it was like a clean shave. You know, like people who have alopecia, they can't really grow any hair. So I was like that. It was clean, and it only affected my hair. And of course, as a teenager, I got self-conscious, and because I was growing, like becoming a teenager, I was becoming like starting to notice like my outer appearance, and trying to take care of myself so I could be more attractive, I should say. I was very, very insecure about it because I didn't have hair. I was sad about it. I mean, of course I was sad. Everybody had hair, but I didn't. So I started like wearing beanies while I was in school. And of course it wasn't permitted, but like they made a special exemption for me since I had like that sickness. And every month or so, they took me out so I could go and get my hair trimmed, so I could go bald, or else you could, I could grow out hair, but it wasn't like everywhere. So I found it to be a little bit even more depressing, like seeing hair growing out my scalp, but it wasn't growing everywhere. I liked it, but I always had like a kind of beanie on my head so people wouldn't be able to tell. Even when I was like bald, I still kept like the beanie on my head, and every day I had this, and I tried out like various like what's the word, various medication in order to try to help myself, but nothing really worked, which made me even more sad. And also, as you can say, like I started looking into like what could have made that happen, and but it was either like the climate, but the climate was the same whether I was in the city or like in the 2 hours away. The climate was still the same. It was still like humid. Maybe the water was different, the water composition was different, so maybe that's why. But I did like 7 years, I believe, without having hair. And I also like started high school in another country, which was like Rwanda, which was right beside my country, Burundi. And even then I didn't grow any hair. Like the sickness still persisted, and like going in the boarding school in Rwanda was even more like depressing, because the girls were allowed to have like braids and stuff, and I still was bald, so I was still wearing my beanies. But seeing everybody else having like their hair, it made me sad, but I didn't really think about it. And I would be praying, always constantly praying. But when I saw like when it came to 5 years without like change, I guess I stopped really praying as hard. I started being like, whatever happens, if God wills it, then I will be well and my hair will come back. But I just lived with that. And as the years went by, I stopped really thinking about it. And it just became a daily part of myself. Something that was, it really something that was part of me. But even so, you could tell that I was still like affected by it, because like I didn't take any pictures for the 7 years. Like while I was in boarding school, I didn't really take any pictures, and any picture that you will find of me, you could never see my head. I always had like some kind of beanie on my head, or I always had like a scarf or something covering me, so people wouldn't be able to tell. But luckily for me, when I got here in Canada, like it started being like better, but it wasn't really better, because I will insert like some pictures, but as it started being better, but I still had spots where hair wasn't like really growing out as it should. And I still like, but for me, since I had done such a long time without having any hair, I felt like comfortable taking it out, like shaving my head, my whole head, and just being bald. So I guess that was one good thing about like having that sickness. I don't really attach that much meaning to my hair these days. I don't mind like if like the sickness starts again, I don't mind just shaving it off. I still cry and I still feel sad about it, but it's not something that is going to affect me for a whole week. It's just something that I will affect me like for a night or so. I will think about it, but then I will be like, yeah, it's whatever. Because I don't know if I already said this, but if I have the ability to change something, then I will try to work toward changing it. But if I don't have the ability to change something, then I don't really want to be something that will affect my mental. I try just to ignore it, because like, what can I do? I can't do anything. It's out of my power, so I just like leave it. But yeah, now my hair grows out really well, as you can tell. Like, this is how long it is, and I don't really do anything with it. I'm trying to learn like what kind of butter and what kind of things I should use in order to maintain it and have it be able to be more like, so I can be able to style it like more easily. And I love the fact that there are so many hair, like 4C hair content creator who are able like to show you how to manage your hair, because it's something that I didn't grow up seeing. When I was little, it was either you had to use some kind of product to make your hair like coil free, or you shaved it. We didn't really do any kind of butter. At least growing up, I didn't see any kind of butter like being used in order to make it more more shiny or stuff. It was just like styling gel and stuff. that we use, or we had like the braids or the the product that made it like coil free, or yeah. But as I grow up and I see like people, ouch, as I see people like talking about 4C hair and starting to show how they manage their hair and how they take care of it, I'm also feeling a little bit more um, encouraged in encouraged in making like a change with my hair. Is like I never really hated my hair. It was only when my mom like got the comb and she wanted to comb me that I started like hating my hair, because if you didn't grow up with a wavy hair with 4C hair or another type of really coily hair, you can't really understand how nightmarish the time of getting your hair like combed was. I hated it so much, so even when I did hydrate it and I used like some kind of water in the northern, it didn't really like, because I had so many split ends, it's still like the comb still wouldn't be like go through it as smoothly. So I was always trying, and actually now that I think about it, I would rather have like my hair like shaped than actually let my mom comb it. Even now, I really can't. I don't know. Even now, whenever she has to do my hair just to help me, like sometimes I feel like my head is extra sensitive anytime she touches it. So I really don't like people like I don't really like people touching my hair that much. But yeah, these days I really want to learn how to take care of it well, and I'm starting to feel the difference, because I can wear like different style, even if I don't have it in a braid. I'm able to leave it be. Like this summer, I went the whole summer without like needing to use any kind of braids, and I loved it for myself, and I think I'm going to start doing that, just letting my hair breathe in the summertime, because I feel like even if it's a protective style, having it constantly in your hair is going to break it. So I want to be able to let it grow freely. I think that's the word. Uh, Man, can you see? I really don't know how to do it. And I think this day I'm going to stop braiding my hair. Ouch. Also, I think I'm going to stop braiding my hair unless, well, I'm going to braid this, but it's going to be like twists, and I won't be adding any kind of extension to it, because I want to be able just to let it, the protective style, I want it to let it be. I don't want it to be with any kind of extra hair, because I learned that like the hair that we use has some type of chemical like in it. And for me, since I had like the sickness, I don't want it to affect my hair. And I've been getting my braids on Amazon, and Amazon is good, but because it's so many various like sellers, you can't really tell where the hair comes from. And I've also noticed as I braid my hair, like in these years, whenever I take out my braid, I start like getting bald spots. So I don't know if it's some kind of demonic attack or some kind of product that they put in the hair that really doesn't, that my scalp doesn't like, but I want to stop it. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start twisting my hair and let it be. And if I ever need to braid it, I'm just going to try to do some kind of corn roll or something, but it's always going to be with my natural hair, with no added extension, no added hair to it. Another thing that I don't really like is because it takes so much time to do your hair. I mean, only people who actually braid themselves will understand this, but I hate it. I hate braiding my hair, and the only reason why I do it is because I save money doing so. I can't tell you how expensive this is. Like I can understand like giving $150 to get like easy twists like this. This would be, with the length it is right now, I think it will be at least $150. Can you imagine? $150. It's like a whole day of work that you are just giving out. And I'm like, girlie, do you think I'm rolling in money? I really just cannot justify it for myself. Maybe it's because right now I don't have a job, but even when I had a job, I couldn't like understand why I should give out like $150 to get braids in my hair. 150 is too much. It's too much. So what I do now is I learned how to braid my hair by myself, and this, I mean, you can tell it's nothing fancy and it's nothing like professional. And for me, I think that you could tell if you were someone who had the eye for braids. But the thing is, I saved $150, and not only do I save $150, but it's presentable. Nobody has ever said that it looks like some type of way. It would look weird on my hair, and most of it I actually get compliments on my hair. And I think it's because I always use like almost the braids, the hair extension, which mimic my hair coils, so it can be easy to blend it, so that whenever it rolls out and it becomes like old, you can't really tell my hair apart from the braid. Like right now you could tell because it's different color, and I wanted to try out like having different color. That's why I did this, and I loved it for myself. But I think I'm going to stick, if I ever do any more braids, I'm going to stick with black, because it's more like seamless. It's more seamless in my hair. Like you can't really tell where the braid begins and where my hair ends and all that stuff. So I think I'm just going to do black from here on out, if I ever braid again, that is. But yeah, I think that's my story. And I love my hair. I love it. Maybe there are some times when I wish I could like change my hair pattern so it can be more manageable, especially like these days when I'm at school, because I really don't have the time to spend like 3 hours a whole day. It's not even 3 hours, it's a whole day of detangling and braiding my hair. It takes me at least 1 to 2 business days. So these are the only times when I wish like I could have a different hair pattern. But other than that, everything is, okay. By the way, thought I should show you like what my hair looks like before going to to sleep. But I'm going to showers and I don't want to redo like this ponytail, but this is how long it is. And it's been growing a lot, but there's always room to improve. And also I just finished like watching like Green Book. It's such a good movie. I highly recommend it, though there was not really a lot of action and it could be like a bit boring for some, but it's such a wholesome like story. So I mean, everybody should check it out. Also, I watched Man of Steel, Henry Cavill. Like I hope, I pray that my husband will look like him. Well, not exactly look like him, but have like the same physique. We love it. Anyways, thank you for coming, and sorry if this is being long because I had been yapping a lot. Thank you for coming, and I hope to see you in the next one.